there everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Happy Wednesday, thank you so much for joining me. Before we get into today's video, I am filming this on Wednesday, March 19th, and that means tomorrow is the first day of the Card Maker Success Summit. If you have a free ticket, for those of you who are VIP, you have already had access to the videos, and tonight at 7 p.m. Central will be our first watch party. So if you haven't already, email me at TheJollyFatElf@gmail.com. You can find that listed down below. Or if you get my newsletter, reply to that newsletter with just a copy of your confirmation email, and I will get you added to the list. So the first watch party for VIPs is tonight at 7 p.m. Central. So this is going up at 6 p.m. Central. So you still have an hour or so to reach out to me. We are having to do it through YouTube live streaming rather than doing like a Zoom call because if you do the free Zoom, you only get 40 minutes and can only have 10 people and then you can't record it. And I'm like, well, I'm not in a position to pay for Zoom for just these few little things. So we're going to do it through YouTube live stream. But I tested it out. Hopefully it's good to go. We're going to watch a couple of videos together. We can just chit chat, or we can skip the videos altogether and just chit chat. It's going to be completely up to you guys, or maybe we'll watch a few and then chit chat. So that's going to be tonight at 7 p.m. Central. If you emailed me and I did not respond, please email me again, letting me know that you'd have already sent it. I've been really good about paying attention to my junk mail, etc. So it could just be that you haven't sent it yet, etc. Now, if you upgrade today, you can still attend the watch party tonight. Just make sure you email me. So the free ticket watch parties will be Friday night at 7 p.m. Central and then Sunday at 2 p.m. Central. And if you signed up for the watch party, you should have already gotten that email. And again, if you haven't, please reach out and let me know. Those of you who are VIP, you are welcome to attend the Friday and the Sunday live streams. Just let me know if you want the link tonight when we're talking, and I can get those for you guys and you can join us during those times. So yeah. Anything else? No, that's it. Like I said, the early bird pricing of $59 for VIP ends tonight. Tomorrow it goes up to $79, and I think in the next couple of days it even goes up higher than that to $99. The couple of differences between the free ticket and the VIP. VIP, you already have access to the videos and it's lifetime access. For those of you who only have the free ticket, you only get those for 24 hours. Hence why we're doing it on Friday and then doing it again on Sunday. You get a huge, I think it's over 3,000 page workbook. So all of the supplies, etc. And then you're going to get a second VIP kind of like product from those of us who are presenting. There's over 40 plus of us who've submitted videos. It's going to be a really packed day the next few days for those of you who are attending. I have a live stream tomorrow at 2:30. I'm going to have that linked in the description box down below. You just click that link and join us at 2:30 and you can see me live over there. And that's my link, so that won't let you watch all of the lives. That'll just give you my live. And again, it's at 2:30 p.m. Central. I'll be answering your questions, all sorts of things. So yeah. Today's video, I'm finally sharing with you that 80's card that I meant to go up last week. So if you missed Wednesday's video, I talked about how I was just in a state of rest. Like I feel, and I talked about this with my therapist on Wednesday or Monday. I was like, I feel like my brain was just like shut down, because I ended up not doing like any work in my craft room until like Saturday and Sunday. And that's when I put together a new background that you'll see, that you should have already seen in the photo. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do the thumbnails for this one, but if I'm thinking about it, you should already see the new backdrop in the photo. I had a really fun time creating that, and it turned out exactly how I wanted it to be. So I'm excited for that. But other than that, yeah, so you can still grab your ticket down below. Sign up for VIP down below. When you sign up, you should get a gift from me. It's clip art for Easter, I think. What else? Oh, I think that's all I need to tell you. Yeah, so let's head over to the craft table and I'll show you how to make this really fun shaker card. 80's babies, that this is for you. Whether you were born in the 80s or you love the 80s aesthetic, I am making an 80s kind of inspired card, as you saw from the thumbnail. This is the Sweet Shop kit from Queen & Co. Unfortunately, this is retired It wasn't available on their website, and I never got the outline dies because they never came back in stock. So if you're someone who has this kit, or you had this kit, or you have the outline dies and would be willing to part with the outline dies, just let me know. Okay, so I have already added my dies to the background paper. This background paper is from Scrappy Boy, I believe it's what it's called. And then I'm cutting out a black circle using one of the dies from the Queen & Co. surprise party. And then I'm cutting out just a circle from this kind of squiggly line paper. I have no idea who that's from. I mentioned before that my friend B sent me we did a paper swap, and that was one of the papers in her paper swap. I have cut out the kind of like, not dressing, what would you call that? Like the syrup that goes on top of the ice cream. I cut it out in a hot pink, a lighter pink, and then a lime green. And I used a large stick rectangle die on the background paper. I love both of these patterns. I was really attracted to this when I very first saw it. So the background paper is cassette tapes. And if you've never played a cassette tape, I don't know what to tell you. Listen, I'm about to be 47 years old at the end of April, and I have seen 8-tracks, cassettes, CDs, and then streaming music. I feel like I've seen it all. So I cut out the top of the ice cream using a piece of white paper, and then I cut out the kind of bowl in a star pattern paper, also from this stack. And I decided to go ahead and put these two together. Now I only want it to be a couple of inches wide, but I want the stitching to coordinate. So I'm going to go ahead and put this where I want it, and I'm going to line the die off to the side. And once we get this cut, you're going to see me trim off the right hand side that has the stitching, because I just want the stitching to line up, and I want it the entire size of the card layer. And I'm just running through my Sizzix switch. And here you can see me, I'm gonna bring in my trimmer, and we're gonna cut off that side. And this is just so we have the stitching at the top and the stitching at the bottom that will coordinate with that. I'm gonna bring in a piece of Nina Solar White cardstock, and I'm gonna score it at 5.5 and then cut it at 4 1/4. Score once, cut once, and you get 2 card bases. So I like portrait style cards, meaning they open from the bottom and they are taller. I just prefer that shape. Sometimes you guys will see me use a pre-made note card. That just kind of depends on my ability level. If you didn't know, I live with a chronic illness that causes extreme weakness in my arms and my hands, and I have rheumatoid arthritis on top of that. So sometimes gripping is not the easiest. So I attached the circle with tape runner, and I'm doing the same thing for this black circle. I just used a scrap piece of paper in order to add adhesive to the back. So I'm gonna bring in a scrap piece of white, and this is where we're gonna put our shaker frame. That bag is for leftover foam, and I use that sometimes to add dimension. So I'm having to put this on a piece of cardstock, because I didn't get the outline dies like I mentioned. So I'm gonna put this on a piece of cardstock, and then I'm gonna cut around it. Now, if you do this, you wanna make sure that you're not cutting too far and your shaker bits are gonna fall out the bottom. But this is where our shaker bits will go, and then we'll layer on our acetate and then the top. So I'm actually gonna use the black dots that were from that circle as part of my shaker stuff. I am using tweezers. I have these kind of neon colored sprinkles that are heart shaped, and I have some that are star shaped. And I decided to use a pair of tweezers to pick out the colors that I wanted to use. Like, I don't have any orange and I don't really have any yellow, so I just wanted to, well, there is a little bit of yellow, but I didn't want to put a bunch of different colors in. Like the blue, there's not that blue, so and plus it's not a very big space. And then I brought in a couple of seed beads, and then so the Queen & Co kits come with the shaped acetate, and if you have the background die and you run out of acetate, you can use that die to cut out acetate that will fit. I think I did this when I did the Santas a few years ago. I bought double-sided adhesive foam and I cut it out all by myself. So I'm just lining up that adhesive, and you can see there that it got a little bit crooked, and I'm having to put everything back in, and then we'll get that assembled. So unfortunately, like I said, I think Queen & Co. retired this kit. They've brought out a couple more though that are really, really cute. I have not allowed myself to buy any more Queen & Co. kits because I have a house one that I haven't used at all. And if I don't use it this holiday season, I'm probably going to end up decluttering it. I don't know if I mentioned it in this video or if I mentioned it in Friday's intro, but I will be having to declutter at some point in the next couple of weeks. So be on the lookout for that. If you didn't know, I do a destash every, usually once a season, so like spring and then fall. And I have slowly but surely been going through my collection and picking stuff out that I no longer use or won't get any use out of. If I had extra paper pads, I'm like, no, we don't need we don't need all the extra, Misty. So I'm going to use some liquid glue to add this shaker to our circle. So I wanted the circle to be white, but I didn't want it to be only white. So I love that it has kind of that same turquoisey blue squiggles. I know it's hard to see here. So I'm zooming in just a little bit because I wanted to show you how I'm using the foam on the bowl of this, and then how I'm going to attach some sprinkles and stuff. So like I said, this is the leftover foam from the Queen & Co. kits. There's always a lot of leftover foam, and you guys know I'm trying to be as zero waste as possible. So I have saved all of it and I use it bit by bit. And I needed to add it to the back of this because I needed it to be the same height. And then I just tucked the bowl underneath that white, the bottom of the ice cream, just a little tiny bit. So I'm going to use some glue and I'm going to bring in some of those hearts, and I'm going to add different colored hearts and stars to each of the scoops of ice cream. And again, just using my scissors and attaching them with glue. I don't know if the ones that look kind of off-white are like glow in the dark because they have that kind of greeny look to them, but I am not, I don't know. Don't quote me. I don't know for sure. So once I get that done, I'm going to bring in a bunch of sentiments. I could not decide on a sentiment for this card, let me tell you. So I went through my entire sentiment collection that I had pulled out. So every single birthday sentiment that I have, I went through to see if I found one that I really liked, and I just didn't. And so I was tempted by some of them, but I fell on this one, and I was like, that happy birthday part of that almost looks like graffiti. And I was like, that would be really cool if I colored that in an ombre and then made that the sentiment. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm bringing in some Copic friendly paper, and I'm going to be stamping using my Stamparatus. I removed the foam because this is foamed back, so I don't need it. I'm going to be stamping just the sentiment, and then I actually I cut this part, hold on. I cut this out to see if it would fit. And then I'm going to bring in more paper. I'm going to stamp the entirety of the stamp, and then we're going to color it. And I'm just using a paper towel. The ink, it got oversaturated with ink, and I was just not like, ugh. And I didn't want to take the time to clean this, so I put a paper towel down. So you can see here I stamped it again, but I'm using RV6, RV4, and RV2. And I'm starting with my darkest color at the bottom, and then I'm working my way up to the lightest color, and that just gives us a fun little pink ombre, and I really, really like it, and it's so much fun. So I'm going to cut this out using my scissors, but I'm going to bring in a black marker. I'm going to go over the outline again, and then I'm also going to color black where it has the, like between the H and the B, the A and the R and the T, any place where I'm not going to cut it out, but there is a back, I'm going to go ahead and add marker. And that's just because I didn't want to cut them apart completely. And this was kind of a cheater's way to do it. So this is an Ohuhu water-based marker. I could have used a micron pen. I think if you're going to add more ink to this, you would want to use a micron pen because those are Copic friendly. But since I wasn't going to add any more ink, and again, this was just on my desk, I was using it to add some darkness for the smaller areas, and for the bigger areas, I brought in a black Copic. This looks like it's 110, so either 100 or 110. I believe they're both black. But I love how the black in this ties in with the black in the circle, and then of course we had the black on the cassette tapes on the back, so we brought that color in 3 times. For the pink, we've brought that color in the paper, 2 of the scoops, and then this as well. So we're repeating some of our colors, and I'm so happy I did this. Like, I'm so happy I did this. Initially, I wasn't sure, took a bunch of pictures, sent it to my friend, was like, do you like this? Does this look good? She's like, yeah, I love it. I was like, okay. That's my tip. If you have a friend that's an artist, you can always take a picture and send it to them and be like, what do you think of this? Speaking of, so yesterday I made Rob's birthday card because I think I mentioned his birthday's today. And if I didn't, his birthday's today, March 19th. And I got all the way to the end and I hated it. I mean, I still gave it to him because it's a shaker card, but you guys will have to let me know if you want to see me post that, because I did film it. I don't know that I filmed all of it because I got frustrated. But if you want to see that, I did his card and my nephew Boone, who will be 4 on the 27th. My brother said he wants a shark birthday, not a baby shark birthday, just a shark birthday. So I made him a shaker card too. So I'm going to add 3 of the stars to this. And once I do that, that's the end of this card. This turned out so much fun, so much better than I anticipated. I absolutely love this paper. It's so much fun. So yeah. So be sure to check out the summit if you're interested. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces, and I'll see you Friday for another video. Bye for now. Look at the backdrop. Isn't it so fun? Oh my gosh, I love it. So cute. All right, friends. Bye for now.